Determine whether the ordered pair is a solution of the system. We have a system of equations. The first equation is 4x squared plus y equals 3. The second equation is negative x minus y equals 11. And we are given the ordered pair 2, negative 13. Remember, an ordered pair is an xy combination. Substitute 2 in for x, negative 13 in for y in both equations, and check for a true or false statement. In the top equation, 4 times 2 squared plus negative 13, that's 4 times 4 at 16 minus 13 is 3. That checks. In the second equation, negative 2 minus negative 13. Negative 2 plus 13 is 11. That also checks. Since this ordered pair satisfies both equations, it is a solution of the system. In the second ordered pair we're given 1, negative 1, again, x, y, keep them in order, starting with your top equation, 4 times 1 squared plus negative 1 equals 3. 1 squared is 1 times 4 is 4, minus 1 is 3. In the second equation, negative 1 minus negative 1, that's negative 1 plus 1, which is 0. That's not 11. And so this ordered pair satisfies the top equation, but not the bottom one. Therefore, it's not a solution to the system. Given the graphs of the following system, estimate the solution point, then verify if you're correct. Okay, so we've got the graphs of these two linear equations. They're over here to your right. Just given it the eyeball test, it appears that the point negative 5, 3 is the intersection point of those two lines. So in pink, I've wrote our claim is the point negative 5, 3. Starting with your top equation, substitute negative 5 in for x, 3 in for y, and see if you get matches. Negative 5 minus 3 times 3, that's negative 14. That gives us a match. Substituting into the second equation, negative 5 plus 2 times 3, that's negative 5 plus 6, which is 1. That also creates a match. So we've just verified through direct substitution that our intersection point is negative 5, 3. Given the graph to the far right of your screen, we're going to estimate the solution points. It's actually 2 points, then verify if we're correct. Okay, so this top equation is linear. Here's the graph of the top equation. The second equation is quadratic. Its graph is this parabola. There are 2 intersection points. Again, with the eyeball test, negative 1, 2 appears to be this location, and 2, 5 appears to be this location. Substituting, and you got to check 1 point at a time, starting with negative 1, 2, substitute negative 1 in for x, 2 in for y in both of these equations. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. That checks quickly. Negative 1 squared minus 2, that's 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. So both equations are satisfied by this point, and that just verifies that we made a good choice over here with our intersection point. The other point we claim as the intersection is the point 2, 5. Going back to your system of equations, plug 2 in for x, 5 in for y, 2 minus 5 is negative 3. That's good. Second equation, 2 squared minus 5, 4 minus 5 is negative 1. That's also good. So these 2 points are solutions to this system of equations. Solving with substitution is a technique you can use if you only have a system of equations given, but you don't have a point to test or a graph given. So I want to show you the substitution technique, and then we'll back it up with graphing just to illustrate what we have found using in the substitution technique. All right, so when you have a system of two equations, pick the easier looking equation, isolate a variable. So I'm choosing the top equation, and I'm going to isolate x. X minus y is equal to 0. If you add y to both sides, you get x equals y. Substitute that into the harder looking equation and solve. So the harder looking equation is the second equation. I'm going to replace x with y since x equals y. So I take my equation, replace x with y. Now I'm in terms of only one variable. 5 minus 3, that's 2y, equals 6 if y equals 3. Now go back to step 1 and substitute that in. After we did step 1, since x equals y, that means x has to equal 3. Remember, your solution point is an xy pair, and we got 3 for both of those. It turns out that's our intersection point. The top equation, if you isolate y, you get y equals x. In the second equation, when you isolate y, you subtract 5x on both sides, divide everything by negative 3. Negative 5 over negative 3 is a positive 5/3. 6 divided by negative 3 is a negative 2. So we have a y-intercept at negative 2. A slope of positive 5/3. If we go up 5 over 3, that is that graph of the second equation. Our first one, y equals x, that's a line that goes through all points where the x and y coordinates are identical. So we have the graphs of both equations, and they do in fact intersect at 3, 3.